you can now support this channel on Patreon. Warning, this video is from my perspective only, and as such should not be taken too seriously. I'm really hoping that this anime is going to be right up my street. In school, I loved history, and especially learning about World War I and World War II, even though it was admittedly made awkward that I am half German and this was in English schools. Not many anime can pull off successful military vibes like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, for example, but this is not a bad start right off the bat. Well, alright then. I can't really show this on YouTube, as they'd likely slap a not friendly for advertisers symbol on me, but that was pretty damn cool. It's not exactly the smoothest animation in history, but it's definitely worthy of being shown some love for the difficult job they do in anime. Dude, I don't know what the actual f*** is going on, but that was awesome! What a way to introduce to us the viewer these mages! Very nice limited use of CGI mixed with hand-drawn animation makes for a very nice series of effects here. Alrighty, not gonna lie here. That was pretty f***ing sick. As always, this YouTuber loves it when anime take the time to use a map and icons and such to let us know who is whom and what the current state of affairs are. Well, say what you want about some of the animation and the disappointing giant eye design on the girls' faces, this anime definitely boasts some talent in the voice acting department, and it clearly shows even just halfway through the first episode. These gunshots and explosions sound incredibly clear and hard-hitting respectively. Super impressive use of CGI here makes for a great looking scene, and I just wish I could show what she did to one of the soldiers just now, but I'll simply say it was violent and rather awesome. Well, there's no beating around the bush on that one. That was the height of awesomeness. This anime is doing a cracking job thus far of using CGI to create some awesome looking visuals. I'm straight up tacking on 5 wins for this. These past 2 minutes or so have really added a new and unique dimension to the anime that I really was just not expecting. I just hope whatever explanation is given for a young dude in Japan to be murdered and then go back in time like 100 years to fight in a World War I, but not really World War I, wink, type war with mages is going to be a good one. I have got to say that little sequence there was pretty well done. These scenes give us a really clear and easy to understand reason why everything that's happened to him/her has happened. Sometimes anime can drag out the answers to important questions for many episodes and it just gets annoying in the end, so I'm glad they decided to use the first few minutes of episode 2 in this way. The last few minutes here do a good job of character building to show us why this nutjob acts the way he does. Now this here is a battle which deserves to be pointed out due to its truly impressive animation work and style. I don't know who's done the work on this anime, but they've done a cracking good job of making this look smooth and fluid as fuck. Very impressed. After I wrote the lines above, I didn't really think it could get better, and yet it continued to outperform second after second what I had just witnessed and praised so heavily. I'm truly amazed that after episode 1's, let's just say, not great animation performance in certain areas, I didn't really expect this from episode 2. Who knows, maybe someone else took the reins on this particular battle. Anime does a great job of creating environments really suited to the time period, whether it be outdoors in Germany, I mean the fatherland, because Germany never called it that, wink, or be it indoors or in the middle of cities with the old cars and such.
やがて貴様の心も信仰に満たされるであろう。
悪質すぎるマッチポンプ。
Very clever scene here with God tricking her into being forced to pray to him in order to obtain special powers, albeit incredibly random. But still, on the visual side of things, it looks amazing when it's being used, and I especially like how her eyes light up all golden so we know it's being fully kicked in. Awesome bird's eye view set piece does a fantastic job of showing the brutality of trench warfare and war in general. They add smoke and fire and actually animate people running below and explosions from artillery as well. All in all, scenes like this take a long time to put together, even though it's pretty short, so much respect to them for how they recreated it.
どうにか中央本体は間に合ったが、やはり戦前の想定計画では話になる。
As I mentioned before, this is yet another perfect example of a beautifully drawn interior shot. It's not animated, it's a still shot with him being the only one animated inside of it, but you still have to admit that these scenes must take a ton of work to draw.
新たな職王部隊か。
I think they may have just done some super subtle foreshadowing about what's to come by using birds flying past this dude's window and then in the next shot over the top of her train. Very clever indeed if their paths are about to collide in some way, and if that's the case I'll give another couple of wins for how subtle they made it.
教育方針に相応の差異はあれど、軍大学も一般の大学と同じ。いや、それ以上の待遇とも。
Ooh, hats off to them for not going full CGI in this scene, but instead doing multiple hand-drawn animations moving at the same time. I like that. I'll tell you who did it best though, is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? They did it time and time again, and it looks stunning on every single occasion. It's one of the very best I've ever seen do it.
まさに千載一遇の好機。図書館通いの甲斐があったな。
Nice moving shot is animated perfectly to make it actually look realistic, as far as animes go that is. You'd be surprised how many anime I've seen have attempted this kind of animation and then do a terrible job, or they'll just speed it up so it's not incredibly noticeable when it's been done poorly. So in short, they did a great job here.
魔導士の最適な運用形態かと愚行いたします。
面白い。
乗り切ったー
Very cute voice there from the voice actress. So far, the pacing of this episode has been absolutely spot on, and I just find it very interesting listening to her conversations both with herself via inner monologue, but then also with other soldiers. It's very funny to see her constantly try to avoid the front line, and end up digging a hole for herself time and again by being overly smart and intelligent and proposing decent ideas. This episode has been great for character development as well, as we begin to learn far more about what makes her tick and what kind of personality she has inside of that tiny head. I'm going to give 3 wins for the above.
改めて本日はご招待いただき誠にありがとうございます。
I love the high chair at the dining table.
機関がなぜここに？お久しぶりです。レグレチェフ大尉殿。
And now fate has once again twisted itself to place her back into the fray. What is this girl's problem anyway? She desperately wanted off of the front lines. Either way, it's a very interesting twist to have her back once again.
爆撃だ！
Excellent training montage showing just how far she'll go to try and avoid the front lines. However, I'm willing to bet that this won't go the way she is planning yet again. There's also a very nice bit of CGI with the plane flying over, and again, like I talked about before, the sound effects are of a most excellent quality. Well, say what you want about her, but she does often show some compassion for human life that she didn't really seem to even have in his previous life as a Tokyo dude. Helping out this soldier who would have otherwise died has shown me that, even if at first I thought she was just beating up his corpse.
リタイアするならさっさと。
将軍は訓練を継続します。
は？
And here's where it doesn't quite go according to plan yet again. I love the misfortune she keeps facing time and time again.
その上、抱きや広告もか。
The fact that when locations are massively changed during an episode, we get a smaller version of the world map along with a clear indication of where we are now. They also take the time to visibly tell us as well, not only with the words on screen, but with the varied and differing buildings from location to location. Overall, one of the best ways to let us the viewer know that the transition of location has been made. In a way, this scene nicely demonstrates to us the fear that soldiers would have had during World War I towards planes, which up until that point hadn't really been used much in the way of combat. Suddenly planes are fitted with machine guns and are tearing up infantry. It's also then kind of the same in this way, except obviously here we have the Mage Corps instead.
目標はどちらへ？
首都だ。
首都でありますか？
さらに前へ、もっと前へ。
This anime is officially now getting very interesting, and I love how quickly but smoothly the plot is developing along. So far they've managed to nicely avoid the pitfalls of huge time jumps to fit everything into a smaller season order of just 12 episodes.
素晴らしいですね。完全に子供のいたずらと思っているようです。総員！
So I'm going to give 2 wins here. Firstly for the idea of the commander to make the call for the enemy to evacuate. I thought that was a funny and also a very clever idea. Secondly, I'm adding a win for the amazing effects that follow as they blow the building to pieces and the great job that the voice actors did here as well. Here once again we have another entirely different location. We see completely different kinds of people wearing completely different clothing and living in different looking buildings. The anime has really taken steps to try and ensure that the anime best fits the areas that they're really referring to on the world map. I always appreciate when extra effort is made, and at times like this it must be praised. So take 3 wins, you beautiful bastards. My word, they've certainly taken extreme steps to ensure everything sounds really authentic. I love it! This badass scene is badass. And this is even more significantly badass. Nice! Thank you to the following patrons: Nathan Burr, Vupu, Leon Lutger, Joaquin Jimenez Villaluenga, Manuel Meza, Josiah May, Loritz, Ikhodi, Val Sobel, Joel Rosenfeld, BZX001, David Pickfans, Chris Harris, Daniel Musgrave, Joshua Viker, Xenon, Hunter Layfield, Gajivi Trash, Matthew Farmer, Richard Gray, Kyle Farmer, Theodore Quackens, Kaj Vorzelman, Jordan Samuels, Scott Harris, Veronica Hamilton, Ryan Karavu, Gabby Z, and to all of the other patrons supporting me. Thank you.
Wake up, it's fly.
Reach the wizard.
It's fly. Wake up,
Reach the wizard.